been stuck reliving the same day over and over and over and over again, and you want to know why that is, it's because of your thoughts. You wake up thinking the same thoughts over and over and over again. You think about the same stuff from the past. You think about the same stuff about the future. You think about the same stuff. Like, you've been reliving the same day over and over again, and it's gotten to a point now where it's about to reach a climax. And I say that because you're about to recognize the pattern that it has. And the first step to breaking a pattern is to first recognize what it is and essentially bring it down into capture. You have to capture what that process is before you can break it. You got to know how it shows up and how it affects you. And y'all, again, I have a couple of downloads. That was the first channel message, but I do have also a few downloads. I had a dream recently, and in the dream I was looking up at the sky, and I kept seeing an eclipse happen over and over and over and over again. And it was like in the dream I was able to take a picture of what was going on. And when I took a picture, I was able to zoom closer on what was going on within the eclipse, right? So when I zoomed in, I was able to see that eclipse kept shooting off miniature Earths. And just stick with me, y'all. I know that the downloads are like, but stick with me. So when I zoomed up on it, I was able to see that it was spitting out balls of energy. It looked like miniature moons, but essentially everything that it spit out and it hit the ground, it was sending shock waves into the people that were on Earth, right? And it seemed like I was the only one that was able to see it. Of course, it was my dream, but yeah. So I feel like that is also another channel message. And oh my God, y'all, I have so many downloads. I told y'all I was gonna try to stop letting it pile up, so this is me trying. But look, okay, so another dream that I had, I was sitting on a ship. And y'all remember the game Battleship, right? So essentially, the objective of the game is to sink the other person's ship. And in this dream, there were only two different boats, and there were people on one boat who were portraying themselves out to be the good guys. And then there were people on my boat who were made out to be the bad guys. They were portrayed to be witches. They were portrayed to be like just bad people. But mind you, the people that were on my boat, the people that were portrayed to be the bad guys, were the ones that were actually good people. And in the dream, it was like my ship sent off like a fire, like a missile to the other ship of people, right? The good guy ship. And it was just strange, right? Because in the dream I was sitting on the boat of the people who were portraying themselves out to be the good guys, and essentially they were all running scared and afraid because they were about to sink. And y'all, I just feel like those two dreams within itself are bigger than me. They're bigger. They're like revelations about what's going on in the 3D right now. And I feel like there's about to be a huge shift. First of all, there's a lot of things going on in the 3D that people can't see with their natural eye. It's an energetic upgrade, and it's a shift between what people perceive to be good and then what's actually good, right? Because I remember in the dream feeling like I was a bad person for being labeled as a witch, or I was being labeled as something that made me feel so insecure that I almost felt like I needed to be on the other ship in order for me to feel at home. But I belonged to the other side, right? Because the overall message of the dream was they have labeled themselves as the good guys. But not everybody on that ship is actually good people. And that ship is about to sink. And there is an uprising of the people that's actually meant to be in position. People who are castaways, people who've been labeled as bad people, it's just like people who've been cast out or looked out as the bad guy, or whatever, those are the people that are actually going to uprise, because it's funny how those are the people that were labeled as bad because of what their gifts were, what their talents were. And I know that this message is all over the place, but I pray that you're able to follow along. Y'all, I'm gonna just try to get into these downloads and try to help. But again, those messages correlate with each other, but also it just ties into the original message of you reliving the same day over and over and over and over and over again. And I want you to understand that part of that reason is because of, yes, your thoughts, but another reason is because of the oppression that has already been in place. There is a reason why some of these cycles, some of these industries, some of these mentalities, there's a reason why those things still come to pass, and those systems that paint this picture. There's a reason why those things have been in place for so long, and there's a reason why it has worked for so long. It's because it creates this how can I put this? The masses and the people that control things like the media or industries or whatever, things that have been in place for a really, really long time, they stay in position and they hold that level of authority and power because they create this image that we either on a conscious level or unconscious level take to heart and absorb. Meaning, there are thoughts that on a collective level we all can agree upon, and that's for a reason, right? For example, a lot of people collectively can agree that we like the same sport, or there's a lot of things that people can collectively disagree on, and like things like, oh, well, body image, body shaming, things like that. Those types of things are in place because of the masses and what we have seen, what we have been installed to believe in for a really, really long time. And like I said, when you've been oppressed like that, and your thoughts have been oppressed like that for a really long time, it's almost like you have to be reprogrammed. And it's already happening on a subconscious level and a conscious level. Like it's like I said, in the dreams that I saw, it's like a shock wave has touched down into the atmosphere, and it's touching everybody on a molecular level. Like, people are being upgraded, people are being and again, I feel like a lot of the dreams are starting to connect, because it's like the people who have been in position, who have labeled themselves as the good guy, or put themselves in a position where they think they are higher than and look at other people as less than, those are the types of people that it's going to hit the most. It's going to hit them the most. And the first shot has been fired. Like, whatever that looks like, it is like, because it's a collective of people like that have held the authority for so long to control the narrative of what the world is supposed to look like and feel like and think like. But again, that is about to shift. You have been on a cycle of thinking the same thoughts, believing a lot of the same things, doing a lot of the same things, because it's what you've been conditioned to do. And it's also because in your mind, it's like it's a mentality you're about to break out of. So it's like you're about to get to a position where you not only recognize it, but you're about to break it. So it's a lot going on, y'all. Like, it's so much going on that you have no freaking idea. And I just want to read the energy a little bit, see what's going on with my collective, because y'all, it's like so much happening in the 5D that's about to touch down in the 3D. It's about to get crazy. But the most significant is that good guy, bad guy narrative. That whole, oh, you can't talk to them, or you shouldn't do this because they're the bad guy, or the black sheeps. Like, it's funny how the narrative is about to shift. You have no freaking idea. Y'all put yourselves in the position of being the good guy, but God didn't place these people in that authority. So things are about to shift. Watch. Let's go to part 2. Yes, y'all. It's getting crazy. Part 2. But let's see what's going on. Oh. You are being upgraded. You are being upgraded. Like I was telling y'all, like even in the dreams that I'm having, like your spiritual gifts, I talked about this in my other video, but your spiritual gifts are being shifted and upgraded, and it's crazy because like I was telling y'all in the other video, it's like your dreams don't feel like dreams anymore. They feel like sticky, like it's almost hard for you to pull yourself out of, and that's for a reason. That's because your spiritual gifts are upgrading. You are about to be extremely abundant, and the abundance that's coming towards you, you're receiving dreams and revelations about. That's why you can't fully yo, this 3D world is about to shift, man, and it's about to be extremely abundant. You're actually receiving a lot of confirmation through animals too. Like the birds that are attracted to you, they're trying to give you revelation about what's about to happen next. And I told y'all this in another video too, but the universe, the world, nature, it responds to shifts quicker than we do, right? So they can catch on to things that's going on in the atmosphere faster than we can. For example, I gave you guys the example of a dog, right? A dog, when he senses that it's about to rain, he senses it and he sits down. For some of you guys, you all have been followed by certain birds, and they've been like drawn to you, not just drawn to you, but flying at you, talking at you, stalking at you, following you around. And I'm telling you, like those are God's messengers. Some of you guys are actually receiving dreams and confirmations from the things that you see outside of you, specifically outside. This woman is literally, it looks like she's literally listening to the birds. Like, you all are walking on this path of abundance that you can't physically see in the 3D yet, but you can sense it and you can feel it. That's why maybe in your 3D world, you may not know exactly what's going on, but in the 5D, you are abundant as hell in the 5D. You are abundant, and that is about to manifest. I tell y'all this all the time, but whatever goes on in the 3D is just a reflection of what's going on in the 5D. And you guys are abundant in the 5D, and you are God's helper. And God, when you work for God, He is gonna always provide for you. Like there is nothing you lack. You will lack nothing in God. I promise you that. And like I said, some of you guys have held on to that level of abundance and authority just in the 5D, but that's about to manifest in the 3. Y'all, I can't say this enough. We talk about this a lot. But the world card, you guys are about to complete a cycle. This is about abundance. You're about to leap into a completely new dimension. There is such a big shift. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I actually feel this in my chest a little bit. Like, there is like a big shift that is about to happen, and I don't know how to like kind of put this into words better than I already am. Like, and it's funny too, in the dream I was talking about in part 1, there was a lion on the eclipse. There is so much prophecy that is surrounding you right now. You have angels watching over you, birds watching over you, lions, cow, like all of these things are the symbol of God. Yo, God is about to do something. And you are protected. You're about to step into another portal. You're already stepping through it. And it's kind of like the prophecy. It's kind of like the womb. You're being reborn. And it's so, yo. You are about to leap into something big. I can't even, let hard on energy, but bruh, the objective of this is to honestly, like, you're about to get saved from something. You got the Devil card and you got the Knight of Pentacles. And that's an interesting combination. Ooh, okay. So right now, it feels like, hold on y'all, let me try to read. Y'all know what I heard while I was reading this? I heard buying your freedom. Whatever toxic situation you're in right now, the divine himself is going to pull you out of this. It's low vibrational. You have somewhere to be. And you can't stay here with these people in this situation. And it's funny too, because the with the Devil card, it's like he's a little smug. It's interesting how this is all going to pan out. Because you have to remember, you can't sit up here and try to trick yourself into believing that the devil has no power. He does. But so does God. And for a long time, this energy was in position. This energy was. And it had the power to control the people, men and women. It almost reminds me of the story of in the Garden of Eden. It almost reminds me of that. How in the garden, the woman was the first one to take the bite. And if you're familiar with prophecy, yes, the woman taking the bite out of the apple did send women into a cursed position for a long time. But if you remember the full prophecy, God told the devil that yes, you will bruise her heel, but ultimately her seed is going to crush your head. There is something prophetic about this that isn't just about your bloodline. It's about the bloodline surrounding people like you. This is bigger than you. Bruised heels still crush the heads of serpents. Whatever toxic trait, whatever generational curse has been following you, your family, this generation, period. And that's what I want you to understand. When we talk about generational curses, it doesn't just limit your family. I'm talking about generational curses across the culture. That moment meant more than just, it wasn't just about Adam and Eve. It affected the culture and how the culture was going to show up. So with that in mind, you have to understand that prophecy is about the culture. And it's going to start with the woman. The same woman that bit the apple and was sent and was bruised is the same woman that's going to end up victorious. There's going to be an entire new nation birthed out of this, and it's going to start with the woman. And the woman, it's a domino effect. It's going to start with the woman, but it isn't going to end with the woman. The woman is she is going to also bring out of captive everything connected to her. When you step into this level of abundance, you bring people with you. You're going to bring the culture out of this.